There's a card at Bally's. There's also an old-timers event tomorrow night at the Dunes. Then, of course, on Saturday is the main event, the road back at Caesars Palace. Steven Jackson is there at the pavilion standing by live. Steve, workout's going on down there right now.
That's right, Ron. In fact, Adelson Rodriguez, the Brazilian champion of South America, is wrapping up his final workout. He's back in the background. You might be able to see him back there doing some sit-ups right now. Earlier today, Mike Tyson and his opponent, Henry Tillman, were in the sports pavilion for their final workouts. And at 7 o'clock tonight over here, Big George Foreman, as they're calling him, with the emphasis on big. And you mentioned an old-timer card. I guess we could probably include George Foreman somewhere in that old-timer card category. Well, today the talking stopped. The final press conference for Saturday's big doubleheader of heavyweight boxing at Caesars Palace. Here's some of the best of today's Gab Fest.
That was his sixth no-hit.
Maybe the matchups aren't the greatest, but they are intriguing. Mike Tyson, the once-defeated former champ. His opponent, Henry Tillman. He's had the career of a journeyman, but he did outpoint Tyson twice in the '84 Olympic trials. Then there's the 41-year-old former champ, George Foreman. He's going against Brazilian Adelson Rodriguez, who's trained by Angelo Dundee, who also happened to train Muhammad Ali, who took Foreman's crown away in Africa 16 years ago.
With Adelson Rodriguez, I have a man that's had two fights over in the States. He didn't get too much because he knocked out Mark Lee with a shot. He got knocked out with a shot, so he's been a knockout. What can I tell you?
Angelo Dundee trying to mess me up, feeding me. Every chance he sees me, give me something to eat. So that I'll be so overweight that this man is going to run me down to the ground. That's what he thinks. But when I miss Adelson Rodriguez with my right hand, then my left, I'm going to belly pop him. He's going to be in trouble.
Ever since these fights were announced, a lot of people have talked about what a great doubleheader it is involving the likes of George Foreman and Mike Tyson. But maybe this is a tripleheader, actually, folks. Don King and Bob Arum again? The two titans of boxing promotion have been bitter rivals for years, but they've reunited for this promotion.
It is true globalization when you see Arum and King sitting there. And it's just like Gorbachev, Mikhail Gorbachev and Bush sitting down, trying to figure out what we're going to do to make a better world of boxing.
I've become so loose. He's taught me how to jive and talk and have a good time that, again, I'm a different person, and for that I have to thank Don.
You can see right now Angelo Dundee and Adelson Rodriguez. Rodriguez doing the sit-ups back there, and Angelo, who's had so many champions in the past, he honestly believes that Rodriguez has a chance against George Foreman. A lot of people are calling him tailor-made for George Foreman's style. We'll find out on Saturday about both of these fights, Ron.
All right, Steve, weigh-in tomorrow is 4 o'clock over there at the pavilion, too. That's scary. Bob Arum talking jive. So he said, okay. 156 golfers hit the course at Medina today going for... Johnson and Ogman have passed up millions to play for the Rebels next year. Many have said publicly and privately that both, or at least Johnson, should have gone to the NBA and skipped their senior year in college. Now, why are we so quick to tell these guys what they should have done? Now, sure, if we were in that position, we might do something different, but they've got their reasons for staying. Maybe it's to become better prepared for the pros. Perhaps it's to finish college, maybe even to repeat as champions, or could even be loyalty. Whatever the reason, Las Vegas says thanks to Larry and Stacy for hanging around. That's the way I see it. I'm Ron Futrell from Channel 13 Sports.